Hi, and welcome back for the second video in Chapter 4, Harmonic Analysis. So harmony developed through counterpoint as a study of the relationship of consonance and dissonance between melodic lines. That's just a fancy way of saying that we're going to designate numbers for every chord in a scale. During the Baroque era, 1600 to 1750, the concept of accompanying a melody with chords developed. A bass line would be given something called a figured bass, and the keyboardist would be expected to improvise the continuo. So as you remember from scales, we are tonic, subtonic, tonic, mediant, subdominant, dominant, submediant, and leading tone are going to come back to haunt us. So every chord is going to have a designation. If I am in C major, C is 1, D is 2, and so on and so forth, like we sing. But now the chord, C, E, G, D, F, A, E, G, B, F, A, C, G, B, D, A, C, E, and B, D, F. So let's talk about this because we really have to memorize this. Oh, where is my ability to write? Here it is. Okay. So the chords seg, dfa, ijiba, thak, everybody's favorite, jibida, ace, and baduf. Those have to be memorized. It's a nice little matrix here. And if you look at it, it's just going down the line, C, then E, E, F, G, A, B, C, and so on and so forth. Okay? But it does need to be memorized. So let's talk about quick rolls. 1, 4, and 5 are the most important triads. They have strong relationships and harmonic rolls. Again, I've said before, 1 and 5, that this whole course is how do composers get from 1 tonic to 5 dominant and back to 1? Roman numeral analysis, okay? So 1 is going to look like a Roman 1, 2 is 2. Major triads should have an uppercase Roman numeral. Minor triads should have a lowercase Roman numeral. Diminished would be lowercase, and they're going to have a little superscript of 0. And augmented would be uppercase Roman numerals with a superscript of a plus. The AP doesn't care. I do, but the AP doesn't. So it's, it would be great if you could do it because it means that you're fully understanding everything. But if you do upper and lowercase, I'm always going to mark it to be what it should be, but I will not take off points. Okay? So there will be symbols to indicate inversions, and that's what's known as figured bass. The numbers or the figures refer to the intervals above the bass. They're not talking about the root. They're talking about the intervals above the bass. Okay? So if we're in root position, it's 5-3 because we have a third and a fifth above the bass. This is rarely, if ever, notated. Okay? When we discuss suspensions, we will use this figure, but don't worry about that for right now. It's just a little side note. First inversion is 6-3, though it's usually just notated as 6, and everybody knows what you're talking about. But what we're talking about is that there is a third and a sixth above the bass. I'm going to draw this out for you in a second. Second inversion is 6-4, because there is a sixth and a fourth above the bass. Let me draw this out for you. 3, 4, 5. I don't even need a clef. Okay, here is my root position triad. Okay, here's a third above the bass. Here's a fifth above the bass. A third above the bass. A fifth above the bass. 5-3. Now I'm going to take this bottom note and I'm going to flip it up an octave. So here I go like this. Here is a third above the bass, and this is a sixth above the bass. Oh, 6-3. Now I'm going to take this guy. Put them up an octave. Here's my second inversion. I've got a fourth above the bass, and I've got a sixth above the bass. The bass becomes either the root, the third, or the fifth. That's what putting things in inversion is like.